When she comes back, she starts the language of abuse. She starts the language of harassment. We are like, no, man, don't play with us. We are not abusing you. We called you out on your continuous insistence of being dishonest. We are not fighting with you. We are fighting with your manner of approach. We are fighting with the condescending things you're saying to us. We are fighting with the way you treat us as if Runa, we don't have things to do with our time. We are still here, trying to assist you. Nakwakana itzamaile. This thing ilata week 3. The child is not exhumed. And when we did our calculations, when this case started, we knew that getting senior counsel involved in this could have expedited this to at least, at minimum, a week tops. She could have gotten the order. Weeks are going by. She's not telling us which court she is. We are asking, can we come and support you? Dololo. Okokai, dololo. Okay, when you exhume, we understand that it's limited to a small number of people. But as women that stood beside you in this thing, please allow us, at least at the graveside, read a guard of honor, when your baby is driven out of that graveside. To show what we've been supporting you. Again, as the mother, not wanting that was a prerogative. That was okay. Now, I don't understand the involvement, therefore, of blogs capitalizing on this for storylines, of people using this as a ploy for witch hunts without getting the essence of the truth. Women were upset in that group. Unfortunately, those things were not put in the public space. Hence why we are being harassed, we are sworn at, our businesses are getting bad reviews, we are called bullies, when that was not the case. That was not the case. And if it was perceived as that, I'll unreservedly apologize. We were fighting for her to do the right thing for her child, to do the right thing for us that had invested time, emotions, resources, basically everything to assist her. Again, not because we hate the father of a child, no, but because of the principle. Ya gore mmago ngwana o ba le kae ga papa ngwana a boloka ngwana. Remember, we are also sitting with information that is one-sided. There's a side that exists out there that has a different understanding of who she is outside of what we know. We don't know. We are fighting a cause. We are assisting this person. Now, things have escalated in the group. We are exchanging words. We feel disrespected. We feel disregarded. There is no accountability. There is no lawyer. Rumors start coming up that myself, Pase B, I don't know who else, are soliciting funds from this organization. So I'm like, how? Man just mali. How? Okay. Now it's threats going around. Again, quiet about that. Threats going around that we are coercing her to attack the father of her child. Meanwhile, we are fighting with her to stop attacking the father of the child. Botse of Pase B picks up the phone, calls her, and says, Mama, we have a problem. It's fine. We have a new problem. The problem is that we are getting threats. We are accused of eating your money. Please, with the same energy that you have of putting I don't know what emoji, an orange or an anus on the face of your baby daddy on social media and writing about narcissists and whatever. One. Go on social media and clear my name, clear Michelle's name, clear other women that are involved in this slandering accusation, this vexatious accusation that we are now eating monies from something that we are not benefiting from. As it stands, you are not honest. As it stands, you are not forthcoming. As it stands, you have labeled us as abusers. As it stands, you are not telling us the truth. Just tell people that how you account after that to people will be up to you. We exchange words. Girls, the ladies in the group are telling her, please clear these women's names. This then goes to the screenshot that is deliberately leaked with the intention of doing what it has done. Not create discourse, but malice and chaos. And if people thinking they are keyboard warriors, texting me, swearing me based off that screenshot. In the group, she expresses how she's not bothered by the fact that our lives are suddenly in danger over this thing. That now we are accused of eating monies. We are accused of privately assisting her to destroy the image of the father of her child, when we've been calling her out to stop doing that and deal specifically with the matter at hand, which is the loss of her child. Not sure if you guys get that. We ask her, clear our names. Personally, I say, my girl, my business depends on my reputation, which I hold to the highest regard. Don't mess with my reputation. I don't have a say in the 100K. What would I do with that 100,000 that was raised? I have no business chowing chelete or soliciting funds from a grieving woman. So please, clear my name. Because now I will drag you to hell. Because now when people are saying that I am bashing the baby daddy, I'm attacking the baby daddy's character, I am doing all these things to the baby daddy, as a person, as a woman, privately, as a business owner, my darling, I will deal with it. And that is through legal channels. Because those that know me know that I deal with things and not through legal channels. Don't have time to entertain blogs. I don't have time to entertain people. You can say what you want. You can do what you want. You are entitled to your opinion. Especially when you've decided to make your mind up about a person. It is not my business to convince you that I'm somebody else. Or that my thought process was this and that at the time. No. I was dealing with the person on that group at that time that showed zero remorse, that didn't feel sorry for us as women that were attacked and threatened for apparently stealing funds from the same account we knew nothing about. So to explain to people that have been texting me, that is the context of that message. To say, Sisi, I'm respected. I've been a business practitioner. 2025 makes my 8th year as an interior designer. I'm respected in my field. I respect my craft. I've built good, solid relationships. And I've earned my name in the industry. I'm not going to have people create malicious and vexatious rumors about me, saying that I've stolen funds from an organization or from a bank or from whoever that was meant to support a woman when a child had died. And that is where that ends. And I will not be addressing that moving forward. You were given screenshots to deduce whether there's truth, whether things were facts rather, or were untrue. Unfortunately, most of you could not even tell that you were given bits and pieces of what looked like was what took place. Women There's hundreds of messages within that WhatsApp group where women were pleading with her to be forthcoming. We didn't want to use the money for ourselves. We were not telling her to tell us deep things. We said, Sissy, because you asked the public for help, where are you? So that we continue on this journey with you right till the end. And that, unfortunately, is what has not happened. And this is my account. Hence, the comments are off. I'm not prepared to open this for discussion. I'm not prepared to open this for debates. I believe that people are looking at this at a place of applying their emotions, of which, granted, they are allowed to. But we were in the group. We know. We have seen. I have not fought with anyone. I have not gotten into disagreements with anyone. It was banter in the group. We were disagreeing like normal grown-up ladies who had a lot on their plates, who had a lot to do with their times. We poured our energy, our resources, our love, our emotional support, and most importantly, our understanding that we were dealing with a grieving mother. Hence why, after all the bickering, when she would say, I'm grieving, we would say, okay, guys, let's stop. We will resume with the questioning some other time. Now, it is unfortunate that Salty was part of the group. Ironically, the page that I was accused of owning at some point was on the group, and they happened to have released all that information, which is in contravention of the Poppy Act. They released our numbers, they released our names. That's a subject for another day. Again, those are things we will deal with personally as the people that were involved in this at a legal level. It's okay. Everyone, whether X, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, is in possession, Facebook, of information that was leaked with the intention to do what this has done. So a division, create a discourse that is baseless, have people projecting, and, you know, some of us have kept away from social scenes and involvement and have business accounts where we run solid businesses because we understand the nature of social media as a beast that can have people that are running on social media data swearing at you day and night, calling you all sorts of names. Now, when your name is out there and a person says, do your worst, my question is, when you pick up the phone and you call a person, having not applied your mind, having not asked yourself if the page started on the, say, 24th of October, it's the 14th of November, what was happening in there? How did we get here? You are ready to curse, you are ready to accuse, you are ready to project, you are ready to swear. It is not my business to convince you otherwise. However, for the sake of the brand that I am, and the hard work that I've put in towards my business, and the work that I've put in towards brand Cooper Looks as a whole, and myself known as Miss Cooper Looks, I had to come out and make this recording, clear things on my end, and request, therefore, that whoever is in possession, as I've left the group, to tell us and to show the rest of the public the actual contents of the group. Before I go, I think maybe there's a couple of points that I may have missed. I want to check from the ladies. We are in possession of information. We know that she was, you know, I think what was devastating about this whole thing is that while we were fighting, we were not aware that we had the opportunity. I'm sure some of you, the night before she released a statement of disassociating herself from Pase and us as the collective, citing abuse, there are a couple of individuals privately that were on a rant, expressing how displeased they were. We literally, in the very same group, stopped them. Said, don't release the truth. Don't say anything. We are dealing with a grieving mother. We will address everything once the baby is exhumed. Unfortunately, because we didn't preempt that she would go ahead of us. One, through the use of salty, and release the contents of the chat. Further on, creating or writing that post that suggests that we coerced her, we abused her, and etc. We believed that because yesterday was the day of exhumation, no one is going to fight. We don't care about the monies. We don't care. We don't care. Exhume the baby. The day is finally here. Now, as a mother that has exhumed your baby, I'm assuming now that you are done fighting. You are seeing that this is raw, this is real. You are not going to be a keyboard warrior anymore. You are not going to go on salty and respond to people's comments, telling your side of the story. You have just exhumed the lifeless body of your son. Again, what I spoke about maybe 30 minutes ago, the overuse of social media at a time when she's really grieving. Now she's telling a side of the story. Now she's commenting. Now she's sharing. People are calling her. Please remove that thing. Again, you are still grieving. You exhumed your baby's body. Manje so uthi bayak abuser. So uthi bayak tuga. You are commenting now on blogs. What's this? What's this? Again, now the baby is exhumed. Amanje siyazila kwamampela because ubona uri ngwana how. Up and down, ruhaning. How? Up and down, saying things. Why? She also learned, by the way, about the exhumation time and date. When we told her that Salty posted it. Because on the chats, ladies and gentlemen, we asked her if she knows when her baby will be exhumed. She said, I'll find out tomorrow. A few minutes later, Salty publishes that the father of the child has said the baby will be exhumed 7 a.m. the next day. And that is how everybody knew that, there's an actual exhumation taking place. Defeating the cause of this from the onset. She said Salty was false for saying the baby will be exhumed at 7 in the morning, or yesterday for that matter. I put it to you that the baby was exhumed indeed yesterday. She said she and her lawyers knew when the child would be exhumed. I promise you, the baby was really exhumed yesterday. To support what I'm saying, that either she got legal aid or she got some lawyers to file the motion and continued doing this whole thing by herself, which explains why it dragged. We are okay if she chose to do that. The accountability part is when she would have come and said, guys, I just got lawyers to file the motion to exhume. The rest, I'll do it myself. I'll fill in the documents to get my son's body. And we would have said, sharp. So, how's no mokreya? O tla re botsa, ra raise the funds, ra o thusa ho boloka ngwana. Hey, Oiti, it's sad. It's really sad what this has come to. I don't want to miss this. I think some of the women are texting. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Because first she has a publicist, doesn't want to talk. Publicist is a mole. Now we are abusing her. We ask her to clear our names. We can't get a strike because there's no memorandum. Because we don't know anything, we are left out in the dark. It was a lot. We are asking them, guys, where's the legal counsel? Her sister tells us she's a law graduate. She doesn't practice. So she's the one that's dealing with lawyers. We must leave her sister alone. Where was the family all along? We don't know. Again, because we went into this with our hearts deeply entrenched in her grief and her plight at the time. There's other people, I suppose, that logically looked at this and decided, we don't want to be involved. But unfortunately for people like myself, I got myself involved. I got my fingers burned. And I'm subject of malicious rants, which I know will eventually end. Much as the internet doesn't forget, will end. And I'm okay with that. And I appreciate the people that know me for who I am. And I appreciate the people that know the truth behind what happened as far as this case is concerned. That understand the maliciousness behind the posting of the things. It was then brought to our attention that she was going to go live, Lesego, crying, talking about how we harassed her, talking about how we abused her. It still, guys, does not manage to explain where people's monies went. And we did not ask her because we want her money. No. But if an organization, a non-profit, becomes a donor, I, as the recipient or the person that actioned the donation, I need to go back and say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We couldn't do that because we didn't know. What we asked for was accountability, in a sense that we go and march and run, pull resources for her. Hence the use of my words, we are your people. We are your army. Stop social media. Leave Nduna alone. You can't be grieving, then you are calling the father of your child Mpungulu. No, mama, call him after. When you've gathered your strength and you can deal with social media. Sishonelwe manje. So what you guys witnessed was the back end of chats that involved rigorous questioning, rigorous begging. Oh my God. We begged. We begged. Because of one intention. We want to help you. We still don't know nothing, even today. Who her legal counsel was, we don't know. We don't know where the people's monies went. Because unfortunately, this was not about people are donating. No. It was about a cause bigger than hers per se. We were raising awareness nationally and possibly globally to say to people, once upon a time in South Africa, a man subjected a woman to this. And the women stood behind her, rallied behind her, setting the tone. So that women like Koki was able to sit on the couch and say, I have no access to my children. Do you know what that did? It had women in their hundreds, thousands, making donations. Women in their numbers, investigating, standing in solidarity with her as her foot soldiers, fighting this thing. That's when we knew that we did the right thing, that our actions were not in vain. Today, there's a woman that is attending court because she believes she was unfairly treated and her children were unfairly taken away from her by the father of her children, who happens to be her ex-husband, who has resources, who is equally powerful. Today, she's getting a fair trial. Tomorrow, she might be in excess of her children. This is what the purpose of this collective organization was about. It's never about her. It was about her son. And it was about raising the banner to say that there are still women in South Africa that are their sisters' keepers. That people must know that when we say you strike a woman, you strike a rock. This is what we are talking about. This is not about fame. It's not about likes. It wasn't about that. It was about the right thing being done. We didn't ask for monies from her. We didn't even want to know. At the point where we were saying, might as well buy sneakers, care, and wigs. It's because at this point we realized, based off her answers, that this is no longer even about the cause itself. But there are personal interests that are currently being served. Which broke our hearts because, again, tomorrow, we want to be able to go to our donors and say, remember you helped a woman. We are back with another. We are asking for help. And they trust us and they see us as women of integrity and honor. That is what happened. Now that we are here, I have a minute left. With all that is said and done, I am so sorry for the people that read the posts and were hurt by them without really understanding the truth. And to people that are set in their ways and want to remain angry and feel justified in disliking a person, swearing, harassing, that's fine. But at the core of this was a principle. Mosadi gave birth after 9 months. Despite the disagreements between her and the father of her child, she should have still been afforded the right to bury her child and not see her child's tiny coffin on a social media blog. That's what we as women, childbearing here, non-childbearing here, we possess wombs. We understand what this is for. And that is how we were sympathetic. That is how we felt her pain. And that is why we were sharing the grief. And we wanted to lift her up. So she can come back, cry on live videos. They can continue to slander us. I'll be slandered. I've seen your calls, your texts, WhatsApps, emails, bad reviews. I've left it all to God. Because I know that at the end of the day, I stood out there and I assisted a total stranger with my resources, with my time, love, prayers. And I will continue to do that until baby Kaone reaches his final destination, which is getting a dignified burial with his people. On behalf of the collective, which is the group of women that stood side by side, I want to thank each and every one of you that sent us POPs, that continued to ask us what we need so that you help us, to heads of channels or specific media channels that really wanted to provide her with transport, assistance, and she refused, saying that she wants to deal with specific media outlets. We also want to thank you. We really want to thank people in the legal fraternity that were willing to take this case pro bono. We really thank you. Again, it is important to note that when you want to consume information on social media, you must be prepared to be impartial when you over-consume information that is meant to damage the reputation of somebody else, that is meant to create a false narrative of something. When you consume social media, take it with a pinch of salt. Critically analyze things. Don't read a message with emotions. Read it with wanting to understand what led to this. What happened here? Why are you saying your reputation this? Oh, now we know, because you were accused of something you didn't even do. So, again, thank you so much to all of you that have joined my live. For those, my OGs that are always here, where we engage, we speak business, life, God, thank you so much for your messages, your encouragement. I know that what is purported out there is meant to be malicious, and it will do its purpose only for a short space of time. This is a system that God has put together. Kubaluk's Interiors remains a company that serves people with pride, excellence, and diligence. The perception that you have of me as the owner of the company will remain how you feel about me. However, my company, together with my team, will remain the best at creating and curating excellent and amazing livable luxuries. Thank you so much. God bless.